Hi guys, Luke here and welcome to another FIFA 19 player review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 88 rated Premier League player of the month, Jamie Vardy. His card looks very nice indeed, and I was able to complete his SBC for around 5,000 coins, if even that, and in the 3 games that I played him with, he scored me 4 goals and got me 0 assists, and he does have a 3 stoic foot as well as 3-star skill moves. Moving on to his in-game stats, his main standout stats are going to be his 93 positioning, his 93 finishing, his 99 aggression, and finally his 97 reactions, and also did have the finisher chem style applied to this player of the month, Vardy. Apologies guys, for the 2 videos you're going to see today, you will be seeing a Jamie Vardy player of the month review as well as a Carlos Vela player of the month review a little bit later on tonight, just before 8 p.m. I've got to get them out before 8 p.m. because obviously Liverpool playing Barcelona in the Champions League in literally half an hour, so I'm kind of stuck against time at the moment, but I'm going to try and get them both out before 8 p.m. We'll just see how it goes. So that was the reason for only 3 games were played with them, because despite us probably not going to go through against Barcelona, I'd still like to beat them just for a bit of pride. I think you guys have got to understand that, so we'll just see how that kind of turns out. But despite that, only using him for 3 games, I was still able to form a very good opinion. It's only one less game at the end of the day. Does it really matter? Probably not. And he performed well. You know, you look at his card, you think it's a great card. 230,000 coins. Do you want to spend it before team of the season? I personally wouldn't, because you know, you look at some of the cards that kind of come in. I mean, you look at the strikers. It's a poor selection of strikers for the community team this season. Even Ibrahimovic, I mean, he's going to be a good card because he's sadly going to get into it. But apart from that, it's a very poor bunch of strikers. But you know, do you want to do this SBC thinking that, you know, the Premier League team of the season will be like the second big team of the season to be released? I'm going to see a lot of really good striker cards. That's just something to consider. Do you want to dump in 230,000 coins into an untradeable SBC? At the same time, you know, 230k is a lot, but he actually is probably kind of worth that, to be fair, because actually in game he was very good. You know, 4 goals in 3 games was a very good return. You look at his finishing, which is going to be his first pro. His finishing goes up to 98, as does his attack positioning with the finisher chem style. His shot power and volleys go to 99. His long shots go into the low 90s. His long shots, I have to say, I was very happy with indeed. You know, obviously 4 goals in 3 games. Scored both of his left and right foot. I'm pretty certain of that. Some people say the 3 stoic foot and 3-star skill moves are the most, you know, the most desirable for this stage of FIFA. And yeah, I think you'd be right to say that as well. You know, you do kind of, when you pay 230,000 coins at this stage of FIFA, remember, it's not like day 1 or anything like that. At this stage of FIFA, you don't really want to pay nearly 250,000 coins together with a high work rate and only 3-star. To me, that doesn't really matter as much, but I know to a lot of people to play FUT Champs or FIFA to a really high standard, that is going to be kind of a bit of an issue. But actually in game, his weak foot wasn't that bad, despite it not looking maybe the best on paper. I didn't think it was that bad, to be quite honest. But no, yeah, 4 goals in 3 games was a very good return indeed. His second pro is also going to be his pace, lightning quick with that 95 acceleration and 98 sprint speed. He's also got the 92 stamina as well. If you want to be that guy to pace abuse, which I certainly am, then you're more than welcome to do it with this card, because he's very quick. He can break away from defenders and stuff like that, cause lots of problems for them and stuff like that, get into one-on-one chances on occasions and stuff because of his good pace. It's just really good. And you know, obviously, you know, having good pace and finishing is kind of one of the more essential things at this stage of FIFA for a striker, and yeah, he's fantastic when it comes to that. In terms of cons, there aren't any to him. Strength isn't fantastic, it isn't terrible at the same time. Dribbling, I wanted to be a little bit better. I thought when I looked at some of his dribbling stats, I thought they looked very good. I was a little bit disappointed by that, but it's nothing to be that concerned by. Passing wise, 82 vision is kind of nice to kind of link up with some small passes with maybe some other attackers in your team and stuff like that. But on the whole, this is a good card. I personally won't do his SBC just because he is not as good as Hernan Crespo and he's not as good as Sergio Aguero. There's just, you know, that's just clear. But it's, I kind of contradict myself here because he is kind of worth 230,000 coins, but at the same time, you do have to think with team season coming out in literally 2 to 3 days time, is it best to go, I mean, first of all, if you've got millions of coins, then by all means go and do it. Or, you know, if you're looking to kind of, or if he upgrades your Premier League team in some way, by all means go and do it. Or if you can do it for a much lesser price than 230k, by all means go and do it. But you do have to think to yourself, you know, we've got the biggest promo of the year coming up, we've got some of the best cards coming up very soon. Maybe it might not be best to use SBC because there's going to just be simply better cards to be released. Don't get me wrong, this is a very good card, but there will be better cards getting released in the next 7 to 4, in like the next few days, and over the course of team of the season, there's going to be even better cards than this guy to be released. But that's not to say this is a bad card. I want to make that clear at the same time. It's just, there's going to be better released. Do you have the patience to hold on to your coins and maybe put them into maybe some team of the season untradeable SBCs? You know, you just don't know what we're going to get. In my opinion, it would not be wise to put nearly 250,000 coins potentially into this SBC unless unless you can probably do him for a bit, like maybe for under 200k or something like that, maybe then he might be a little bit more worth it. But overall in game, I was still pretty impressed with him and actually how he was to use. But anyway, guys, that's going to finish up this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.